As many of you know, I had the wonderful pleasure of being a coach at an event last month at the Mill Cities Leadership Institute entitled Leadership Commitment, Pitches, and Peer Coaching. I shared a short Facebook post about the experience, and after doing so, I decided that more of this inspirational story needed to be told. Hello, this is John Vettery. Like most inspirational stories, this one is about people. The stories that inspire us most are about people who step up to the plate and dare to think larger than themselves. This is the case with the presenters I heard and the young man I had the pleasure of personally coaching. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me first tell you about the Mill Cities Leadership Institute. The MCLI is part of Lawrence Community Works, a not-for-profit that serves the greater Lawrence, Massachusetts community. Todd Fry, the director of the Mill Cities Leadership Institute, told me that MCLI develops socially responsible leaders and innovators who learn from Lawrence and Lowell and serve our region. Let me translate that description into the event I saw and participated in. 6 members of the MCLI class presented to an audience of fellow students, community members, and guest coaches. The presentations ranged in topic from foster care to developing a program that uses art to help at-risk children express themselves in creative and constructive ways. Each of the 6 presentations were delivered from the heart and touched the hearts of the audience. As they described their ideas, they dared to share a piece of themselves and pull their audience into their world, their idea, their view of a better future. MCLI teaches influencing and leadership skills, and it's easy to see the result of that education. Following the presentations, the coaches had a chance to speak one-on-one with their assigned presenter. I was teamed up with a wonderful young man, Nichols, who wants to start a not-for-profit arm of his current business, Refuge Lowell. Refuge Lowell provides an environment for at-risk young people to express themselves through art. Ford told me that he has personally funded a number of youth who benefited from this wonderful use of art and now wants to start a not-for-profit that is specifically for those youth in need of his program who cannot afford to enroll. We discussed his presentation delivery, the leadership it will take to achieve his vision, potential next steps, and I was happy to point him to some resources that may be helpful as he goes on this journey. While the coaches and presenters were in their one-on-one, Todd broke the audience up into groups, and they had the opportunity to discuss the presentation, resulting in even more feedback for the presenters. Let me share with you some personal observations of this event and thoughts. First, society tends to think that leadership requires a title, a position, a place to speak from. Those things can be a starting point, but these presenters demonstrated that leadership is about influencing and engaging others and caring enough about your idea to take a chance. In this case, these folks stood up in front of a group of people, many of whom they don't know, and they attempted to share with them their vision of the future. Second, the words not-for-profit and entrepreneurship are usually not found in the same sentence. Whether or not these presenters realize it, each person presenting is an entrepreneur, someone who sees an opportunity, a gap, a void of some type, and seeks to fill it with an idea, a seed that needs watering. Finally, I was struck and inspired by how each and every presenter had the desire and openness to learn, personally grow in order to move their vision forward, and work hard to contribute back to one another and the greater community as a whole. Having the opportunity to hear these pitches, meet Todd and the presenters, and assist with the feedback process was a wonderful experience for me. I have to tell you, experiences like this are an object lesson for all of us. Though I was in a personally familiar role as the coach, let there be no doubt that I learned something from each of these presenters. I walked away thinking about the messages of community service I heard from these presenters, and it added to my personal growth. And as often happens, when we give something of ourselves, even something very small, to someone else, we get so much more in return. So, remember, every day, no matter what level you are in your organization or where you are in your life's journey, learn something new, grow as a human being, and contribute something back to someone else. This is John Vettery.